Welcome to episode 4 of Future Media, a podcast where I share the lessons I've learned over 30 years at the top of the media and tech industries, with a few real-life stories and radical new ideas thrown in to spice things up. My name is Ricky Sutton, and I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my Substack channel. Today my focus is on Google and the challenges the once great search giant now faces, and how making the right decisions and the right friends now can create a better world for billions. I hope you enjoy my latest pod. Let's get into it. As I came off stage after speaking at an event in Amsterdam a few years ago, a Google guy touched my arm and congratulated me.
What you're doing to help publishers is amazing. I admire it, I do. But it can't go anywhere because...
He paused, searching for the right words.
Because like Google, right?
It sounded like a question, so I invited him for coffee. I urged him to view Google as a benevolent mountain, one that provided him with shade and protection. I told him, all companies feel like that when they're going well. Even the struggling media companies at this conference, they were once powerful and dominant too. But over time, you learn that all mountains disappear, and there are storms and chill winds. But there's also a whole new world that mountain has stopped you seeing. He nodded. Change will be good and bad, I went on, but prepare for uncertainty always, because the one certain thing is that change happens, and that probably means the Google you know won't be here forever. I woke up feeling for him today. Google's edifice is rocking. Its foundations of search and advertising are crumbling under blows so fast and so devastating as to have trillion-dollar implications. Almost overnight, Google's text search looks old and ridiculous compared to a wave of novel prompts and AI co-pilots that do so much and do it so much better. Generative AI has unleashed a creative tidal wave. Bots and people are publishing 50 million AI-created words every day, more than an entire month of professional media output. Digital is having a new Big Bang moment, and the metrics that Google relies on, from engagement to performance, look suddenly outmoded and less relevant. In truth, watching Google suffer would be satisfying were it not for the fact that the global news industry has hitched its future to their wagon. If Google crashes, so do they. Media companies everywhere are preparing. The Guardian told me they are girding themselves for a 70% fall in Google traffic. Others are fearing a 90% fall in programmatic ad yields. If either is true, Google's advertising model will be insufficient to sustain news media, and publishing's ad-funded .com era may be coming to an end. And that is huge. A precursor to the solution is identifying the underlying causes. 1. Google has become one of the richest companies in the world by biting the hand that feeds it for 2 decades. 2. Google has argued that news content has no value while relentlessly commercializing it. 3. The news industry has collaborated in its own demise by adopting tools that Google gave them in a short-term strategy to save money, while willfully turning a blind eye to the long-term damage. 4. Global governments lacked the knowledge, the people, the courage, and the policies to introduce adequate safeguards. And when rising public anger demanded it, they were too soft and then too slow. 5. Capitalism rewarded big tech's growth, and the antitrust and taxation laws designed to recalibrate the economy were not imposed. And 6. It's politically expedient for the US to ignore the massive law-breaking and tax avoidance of big tech to promote the story of Silicon Valley exceptionalism because, well, China. But future media is about solutions, and here they are. 1. Google, now more than ever, needs premium publishers because news content is vital to train their AIs and to deliver relevant ongoing results. 2. People in their billions are proving they want news because consumption is booming. But the balance of the benefit to content creators and big tech has become wildly out of kilter. 3. Big tech has trillion-dollar ambitions. They have the cash and need the content. Media has the content and wants the cash. That creates the environment for a new and mutually beneficial supply and demand relationship. And 4. Bickering and court cases are slowing the path to the future, and regulators are becoming heavier-handed. No one wins. Creating a sustainable coexistence has become a better business model than the status quo. But the window of opportunity won't be open for long. Here are some achievable actions that benefit everyone. The first, big tech and news media quickly reach an alignment that money is exchanged when AIs reference news content. This should be on a per-use basis. Every time an AI uses news media as a source to deliver a relevant response, that spawns a micropayment. The outcome is that tech and news media grow together for the first time in a sustainable model. Next, news media supports the AI future by working with big tech to ensure that their articles and outputs are in the right format for AIs to learn from. This is what I have called AI optimization, or AIO. That would be a powerful gesture of goodwill. Next, big tech start to use their billions to buy news media. Whatever they might say in public, they do need it. Disney spent $8 billion on Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic to boost Disney+. That's small beer. Winning the AI race is worth trillions. Viewed through that lens, it's simple to justify spending a few billions on strategic news assets. And big tech and media share their relative assets to win together. That requires them to stay in their swim lanes, Google in tech, news media in content. And the pioneering partnership between Microsoft and Australia's broadcaster Nine is the perfect model for this. That's a story I tell in another podcast episode. Weigh it up, and AI is a trigger that enables the broken economics threatening AI, and most of all Google, to be reforged and rebuilt in a form that sustains all parties and satisfies billions. The parties, well, they need the courage to do it. And that needs leadership. This has been the Future Media Podcast. Thanks for listening. My name is Ricky Sutton. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe and get your friends to as well. I hope to see you and them next time. Thank you, and bye for now.